Hey there, welcome to TGM's Legal Nuggets, where knowledge meets inspiration. If you're looking for insightful content that informs, empowers, and transforms, this is the place to be. Don't miss out. Hit the subscribe button now and turn on notifications. Join the community and let us grow together. See you inside.
This is TGM's Legal Nugget. Like, comment, follow, share, and subscribe to our social media handles.
Hello there, welcome again. This is TGM's Legal Nuggets. But of course, I know you understand the fact that it's been a while we actually did it, in person like this. This is 2026, and we're hoping to adopt a new strategy, in bringing out the TGM's Legal Nugget. So 2026 is going to be a great year. I just want to wish you success, prosperity. I want to wish you good health, promotion, and every good thing you actually seek out of life, God is going to grant it to you. So now, today's legal nugget, we want to talk about a topic that is prevalent in society, and that's marriage, right? So now, when you talk about marriage in Nigeria, particularly, you have your statutory marriage, which everybody calls or refer to as court marriage, and then you have your customary marriage, right? And then up north, you have your Islamic marriage and so on and so forth. But what we want to talk about today is the statutory marriage, which people refer to as the court marriage. Now, the reason we want to talk about it today is because of the misconception that a lot of people have with respect to, statutory marriage. Now, most often than not, people who go into statutory marriage believe that the way they moved into the marriage, conducted the marriage and everything, and then become legally bound to one another, that is a spouse, that is the same way they can easily come out of it. Most often than not, people who contract statutory marriages do not factor in the process of getting out of it. Now, this legal nugget is going to be in pidgin, so that audiences that cut across board will actually relate to what we're talking about. Now, wetin make me dey talk about this topic today? It's simple. I don't get instances where be say friends and clients don't come meet me say, I marry my husband, I marry my wife, things they go on well again. So as a result of that, we want to make you just do an agreement for us to show say, we don't divorce, we no date together again. Just help us do something like affidavit, or help us do agreements, make every party, they go their way. So when they talk like this, it sounds really, really funny. And then you need to start, explaining to them the intricacies of getting out of it. So now that's singular reason I make me want to do this legal nugget today to my audience out there. So now, the reason why people they go into statutory marriage, varies depending. It's peculiar to each individual that is going. Some then feel say, okay, after the marriage, Kasala don't do the marriage, the property, so that then go fit share them equally. Some say, okay, go make the man cheat. You understand? The man go day stuck to one wife, you understand, and stuff like that. Even if he marry another person, these now and several other reasons that make people they enter into, but they know they talk about how them go take come out. Some feel say, okay, maybe when you don't conduct that in court marriage, now there stuck, if you come out again. But of course, there are processes to go in and there are processes to exit from it, you understand. So now that process to take exit, now we won't talk about. Maybe in another of our video we will talk about the entitlement where they come to you when you don't finally exit, or when the marriage don't they dissolved. What thing you suppose they entitled to, and how you will take they entitled to those things. So we will talk about all those ones later. So make we talk about how you will take exit. Now, when you want exit, this statutory marriage we will talk about now for Nigeria, now under the Marriage Act, na e dey. Na the Marriage Act, which is a federal law, na im dey regulate marriage for Nigeria, right? And na the same thing throughout the country, whether you dey for north, for west, for east, for south, na the same thing na apply to everybody. So on the same ground, if you want, come out of that marriage, now the same law still bind everybody, whether you dey east, north, west, or south. You understand the hair? So the Marriage Act now they talk about how you go take marry. But when you won't come exit, now the Matrimonial Causes Act now they regulate the process, the procedure when you go take come out of that marriage, right? Now, under the Matrimonial Causes Act, you get only one ground where you go fit take come out from that marriage. And that ground be say the marriage itself don't break down irretrievably. That means the parties don't dey in a state where it be say nobody, no matter what they wanna do, go fit bring them come back together. That is, the two parties don't say lie, we know they do again, and nothing under heaven or earth go fit bring us back together. That is what it means to say, okay, the marriage has broken down irretrievably. That one are the only singular ground where be say you go prove to the court to take show say you want make that marriage dissolve and you want exit out of it. If you know if you prove that ground, then we say you know if you come out of that marriage. Now, to make things easy for you, under this ground we don't talk about, so there are facts where you need to prove. You get so many facts so where you need to prove, but if you feel prove one of those facts, then conveniently you will feel come out from the marriage. So now, what will be some of those facts where you go prove under that one ground? Remember, we don't say the Matrimonial Causes Act say now only one ground you need, but under that one ground there are facts and evidences where we say you could bring to show the court. The court will come say, oh yes, these two people, the marriage don't break down, them no go fit come back again. Nothing will go fit do, we will fit bring them together again. You know, fit force an unwilling man on an unwilling woman. You understand? Marriage, they work like that. So now, the important thing now those facts where you need to prove. So what will be some of those facts where you need to prove? Now we want to talk about. So number one fact, they say you don't catch your spouse, they knack outside. You understand? You catch your spouse, they knack outside. Or you don't know, say your spouse, they knack outside, he no get affection for you again. Now, you don't necessarily need to catch your spouse on top of the other person. You understand? You go need to know the identity of the other person, but you don't necessarily need to say, okay, yes, I catch two of them, they knack. Circumstances fit show, say, these two people don't they do this thing. For example, if the third party where they knack your spouse, say na lady come home with belle, that one a clear proof. Then you dey always see two of them, your spouse and the other third party, they go hotel every now and then. You get video evidence, text messages, audio, or pictorial evidence to show all these things. All these ones they enough to prove the circumstances, say your spouse don't they commit adultery with this other person. Now, the adultery itself is not be say I go put to just person, then or you go just say God. No, you go need to act of the person. So it don't make in to, for example, say okay, your spouse, because of that adultery, you don't contract STIs, right? So that one you can't get medical reports. You don't dey treat STIs, and normally they treat STIs before. Now after your spouse come, they do that thing, and you can start to dey treat STIs. You understand? So now it shows say as it is now, that act of adultery don't make am dey intolerable for you to continue that marriage with your spouse, because your spouse no one stop to the look outside. You understand? So once you fit prove that fact alone with those evidences why I talk about now, because you say, oh yes, that's a good reason. Oh, yeah, make we let them go. You understand? Then another fact wey you need to prove be say your spouse don dey behave in an intolerable way wey e be say you no fit reasonably stay with am again. For example now, domestic violence, right? Domestic violence no be only man, women too dey commit domestic violence. You understand? So domestic violence, verbal abuse, taking drugs, gambling, and so on and so forth. This your spouse now, don dey do am over a period of time. You understand? They waste the family resources, no dey take care of the kids the way it's supposed to be done, the emotional presence no dey there, and stuff like that. So once you fit prove that intolerable or unreasonable behavior to the court, say na wetin this person dey do be this, e dey use this money dey go gamble, e no dey emotionally available for me and the kids, e dey always dey beat me, dey verbally dey assault me and stuff like that. You understand? You must get evidence, however, video evidence, audio, text message, whatsoever, you understand, to take prove your case. You bring them, come the court. The court will say, okay, yes, you don't prove your case on the preponderance, the weight of your evidence wey dey before me. I see say you don't prove your case, then the court will grant you, wetin you wish. Then another fact wey you need to prove be say one of the parties, one of the spouse for inside the marriage don desert the marriage. Wetin be desertion? All of a sudden you wake up one morning, you no see your spouse for house. You wait for am, you wait, you no see am. Then 1 year don pass, e no still come. You understand? That one now we dey call desertion. Then later you come hear say him don dey with another person out there. You get? That one now we dey call desertion. So if you fit prove say within that period of 1 year, say your spouse don desert the marriage, you understand? That fact alone fit say, okay, yes, that other person no dey interested for the marriage again. So the court will say, yes, this marriage don break down in such a way, say, get wetin we go fit do to take bring these two parties, together again. Then, what if somebody, you presume, say somebody don't die? You understand? For example, now, your spouse, saying they travel abroad. You travel abroad 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, the hear from your spouse again. No email, no text message, no calls, even family members no even know where him dey again. Comfortably, you go fit presume, say, since I no hear from this person and body no be firewood, this person fit don die, because if at the end of the day him love me, this person supposed to dey call me, supposed to text me, supposed to email me and stuff like that. Even in family members, nobody they hear from them and stuff like that. You understand? So once you feel prove this fact, give the court will come say, okay, this marriage don't break down irretrievably. So these two people no fit stay together again. Then if the parties don't stay away from each other, that is, they don't stay apart for a period of 2 years, right? They don't stay apart for a period of 2 years. Then this one, they say, I beg, madam, I don't tire for all your nagging. The woman, they say, oh God, me self don't tire, you know if you provide, you're no man enough, blah blah blah. So they don't stay like that for 2 years. They know they stay together. That is, they know they cohabit for one house, all right? They don't stay apart for 2 years. Then one of the parties can say, I beg, if you like, go divorce. I don't want again. You understand? And if you prove them with evidence before the court will say, okay, fine, that is also good. This now enough evidence for me to know, say, una no need each other again. Then if una don't stay apart again for a period of 3 years, una don't stay apart without staying in one household, una don't stay apart for a period of 3 years, whether one of the parties consent or you no consent, or you prove your case for the court will know, say, yes, these two people no one stay again together, the marriage don't break down, then the love no did again, there is no longer love found, between these two people. The court could see that one as, evidence. Then at the end of the day, another fact where you will prove again, they say, well, after the marriage, one of the parties no gree consummate the marriage. So what we mean when we say one of the parties no gree consummate the marriage? Now the legal position is that when people marry, the next thing they say them go honeymoon, and for that honeymoon then go knack. You understand? And when them knack, then we say that marriage has been consummated. You understand? But if one of the party no agree to that knacking, that becomes a problem. You understand? It becomes a problem. And as a result of that, the court will use that singular fact now, take dissolve that marriage. You understand? So all these facts now you go need to prove only one. Now you need to prove under that main ground we mentioned before. The main ground, they say the marriage has broken down irretrievably. If you bring the parties together again, nothing if you do under heaven and earth to bring them together again, nothing if you do. That is the one ground. Then all those facts where I list now you need to prove. Only one of those facts now you need to prove to the court. If you get like two, you still prove like two, and then to show say this matter is serious, the court will grant you, your request and so on. So now, this thing they take time. Say our judicial system now, a lot of delays there for court. Not look and say once you just go court like this, say in a period of maybe 1-2 months, you don't get what you want. No, they work like that. Sometimes it might be up to a year, sometimes it might be up to 2 years and more, depending on the court where your matter dey, right? So no, they look and say, oh, once you just go court like this, then they just give you your this thing. No, they work like that. And even after the courts don't give you judgment, there is what we call decree order nisi. That decree order nisi now like a 3-month period to see whether the parties go still come together. You understand? The court will give the parties that leverage to see whether they go still come together. You understand? But if after the expiration of that 3 months, the parties no will come together, that decree order nisi now, the court will come make them absolute. And I'm say the court don't knock in gavel there, say nothing feel shake, nothing feel bring back this judgment again. The marriage stands dissolved. So now we say two of una don't go on a separate way with that. Una no owe each other anything apart from waiting the court put for inside in judgment. Now marriage as a topic, it get different legs. We know if we cover all the legs, you understand, for only this one discourse. So now, but before we go, I want to ask una one question. Wetin be one of una misconception wey una dey think about marriage wey be say I don't help to clarify now? So put them for the comment section. You understand? Or any other question where you get with respect to marriage, or any other misconception where you get with respect to marriage, put them for the comment section so that I feel look into them, then see how I will take answer una for our next video. So we will bring another video with respect to this topic to clarify some of those things. So when you want dissolve your marriage, you know what you need to do. Of course, you need to meet a lawyer to, guide you and help you go through the process and all that. And that is why we always stay here for una. So thank you for listening. I will say I don't clear some of your doubts. Hope to see you again for our next video. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on the video. Thank you.